Hello, the internet, and welcome to I don't even know what we're doing tonight because I don't even
Hi,
know.
Internet.
We actually did figure out what we're going to be doing tonight, but it was already titled. Anyway, so yeah, my kid decided that because I'm sick and I was having trouble watching him, he was going to throw all of his Legos in the path between the living room and the kitchen. And then he was going to throw half of his stuffed animals in the sink. So I hope he enjoys not having any stuffed animals until Loki's able to take them down to the laundry room. Because I'm not going down to the laundry room down 3 flights of stairs to wash animals. Not when I'm sick. So I'm pretty sure it's the flu. Like, I have a stuffy nose, and when I woke up, I had like mucus in like my chest and my nose. I spent like 10 minutes getting all that out, but it's like Loki woke me up and then he's like, okay, I'm going to work, bye. And I was like, Loki, what if I'm too sick to take care of the baby? You know? Because my plan was that I was going to go to the ER like right when I woke up and kind of make him stay here and take care of the baby while I was getting tested for everything. But
Right.
It didn't happen. But my dad, so he initially tested positive for COVID, but then he tested negative for COVID. I mean, the doctor said they'd made a mistake and that actually he just has the flu.
Well, I'm glad it's just the flu, I guess.
Huh?
Well, I'm glad it's just the flu, I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad it's just the flu because I was over there on Friday. So we must have gotten sick at the same time, and I was concerned. Because, again, like, I live with a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, and he's coughing a little bit, but I put his medicine in some sugar-free pudding and he's fine, because he's a baby. Okay, so we were going to do the In Defense of Gethsemane at first because I'm eating dinner, and then we're going to switch to One West Covina. So let me find where the hell we were. We were on Unlimited Sporkworks. So as I pray, I am the bone of my bad fic. Concrete is my body, and Oxford comma is my blood.
Yes.
The reverse of that. Oxford comma is my body, and concrete is my blood.
Yes.
I've created. Excuse me. No one has heard from your daughter. He killed her, didn't he? She just said Lucy poisoned herself, unless you're implying Joanna, which is stupid if you are. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah, Joanna. That bastard! Potty mouth. The only words you're allowed to say are shit and piss. You wash your mouth out with soap. This is... I don't understand that, but okay. Judge Turpin. No one knows, but I don't doubt it. How come Mrs. Lovett doesn't know? She knew in Hannah. Oh, wait. You slapped the sticker of AU onto it, and that makes it perfectly okay for you to do whatever you want to canon because it's AU.
Yeah, actually.
What that means.
That's what an AU means.
That is exactly what that... I have seen AUs where, for House of the Dragon, where instead of slamming his fist in the table, standing up, and making the strong speech about his nephews, Aemon instead goes over to Lucerys and asks him to dance. I have seen AUs where Marluxia and Vexen are a cafe owner and a botany PhD student, okay? I have seen, I actually wrote that AU, co-wrote it. Although I turned it into Edward and Carlisle from Twilight. So, and let us not forget Harry Potter and the Owls of the Nunnery. That is a fucking AU, okay? AU means you can do whatever you want. Just try to keep characters somewhat in character. Like, keep them vaguely recognizable, at least. This is recognizable.
Yeah, I guess, I guess this is just one more symptom of the canon is sacred and must not be,
And then what are fanfic writers supposed to do?
Fuck if I know. Not enjoy themselves.
That's stupid.
Except in ways that she approves of.
No, that's stupid.
I agree.
Hi, Joe!
Hi, Joe!
I'm so glad you tuned in, and sorry for, spamming the group chat this morning. I had a lot of thoughts and feelings, and I hope that sitting through all of that didn't, bother you too much. I noticed you were, the first person today who'd, seen everything. Well, you and Eli. But, okay. He clenched the arm of his chair until his knuckles were white as snow. And here we have Sweeney Todd and the Seven Razor. Oh, that's kind of clever. I like that. Eyes black as ebony, knuckles white as snow, skin pasty as raw pie dough. Oh. I could just imagine him naming those razors Kill, Maim, Slash, Slit, Death, Gash, and Bob.
Okay, that's genuinely funny.
New headcanon. Yes, I accept this bourbon. Thank you. Serena names her guns too, or her weapons. She has Millie and Tilly, her twin SMGs or mini SMGs. Let's see. Their real names are Mildred and Matilda, but she calls them Millie and Tilly. And she has she had a new, God, what was it? Hold on a sec. Let's see, it's just showing that one tab. Okay, so I can navigate to her weapons page and show you. Let me stop screen sharing for a second, actually.
Okay.
Where is weapons? I had to be creative and write it in Leet so that Facebook doesn't do a gasp. Okay, I don't have Amy up, but I'll show you the three that I do. Okay. Present. Let's do entire screen. Fuck it. Present the entire screen, just for right now. Hey, hello. Excuse me. Okay, this is Alyssa.
Mm-hmm.
Her heckler and yeah. So this is Alyssa, and then these are Millie and Tilly.
Oh.
Yeah, he's so adorable. So, I haven't put Amy, but she has a rocket launcher called Amy, which Trinket actually boosted from a gun store. Yeah. Oh, you know what? My bad. Dragons like Trinket don't exist in any verse, so that's illegal and I can't use him. Except that's stupid, so yes, I can.
Ooh. Cute dragon. Don't care.
Pink hair, don't care. And then his siblings, Trophy, Threnody, and Token. And then there's going to be another one named Paul. Paul is a green dragon, and that's Pall. I'll have vengeance, salvation. So those are lyrics from, I think, Epiphany. I will have vengeance. I'll have salvation. And that's not on key. That's not proper. But anyway, at that point, Burton flew out of his chair. For God's sake, cut. He began pacing, highly agitated. Okay, look, what the hell is wrong with you? We just finished Poor Thing and you're quoting Epiphany. And you, that Bark and Madeline isn't until Pirelli's death. What is going on? She's quoting canon to tie threads to canon. Maybe she's not doing it in the correct order. She's not doing it in the correct order, but you know what? There are times when, there are times when, fanfics I'll read will have somebody quote something or call someone a nickname that they heard once in canon and just use it like all over the place.
Yeah, this feels to me like the author is like compressing a whole bunch of stuff in canon so she can get to the parts that aren't.
Yeah.
And like, I can't really fault that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, this isn't exactly how it happened in canon. That's because it's fan fiction, and we got stuff to get through.
Well, I maintain to have a legitimate excuse, Carter said. I'm pregnant, and if you yell at me for that, I'll knock your teeth down. Yep, on the other hand, said nothing but pointed accusingly at the vapid-looking, vacantly smiling chinchilla in the corner. Hi, Twin, you made a cameo.
Ah!
20, the small blessings chinchilla. Well, I thought that scene went great. You were just great, Johnny, she babbled in a high-pitched, hideously stupid voice. That is so misogynistic.
Yeah.
That is so misogynistic. While attempting to expose her meager and pathetic cleavage. Oh my god. By the way, the person writing this spork is a woman. So, I don't know. Like, I would have a problem with it if it was being written by a man. I have a different problem with it being written by a woman.
Yeah, but the sexism just, like, dripping.
Yeah. Just like Mervyn thinks Victoria is. I'm going to cheese for my soup. BRB.
Okay. Let's see.
And okay, you know what? Sometimes my friends in it and I say some pretty nasty misogynistic shit about people that we're mad at. But it's hard to explain how it's different. Like we'll say something like, oh, you know, this person is willing to excuse X, Y, and Z because their pussy is dripping over over that character's actor. Something like that. That is a discussion that was recently had. And like, it's not the nicest thing to say, but I would say something similar if it was like a man.
Yeah.
I'd say, oh yeah, you know, I'd say, oh yeah, you know, his cock's hard for that actor, and that's why he's, you know, being like that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, the principle behind that is like, yeah, they're doing the they're giving the character pretty privilege.
Oh, Draco in leather pants.
Yeah. They're
Draco in leather pantsing the character. Pants, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the pants you see, and I pants you all for the world to see. Anyway. Her meager and pathetic cleavage, that's so mean. Why would you say that about somebody?
Yeah, like, don't knock on women with small chests, for one.
First of all, that's body shaming.
Yeah.
And secondly, she's leaning I have a personal problem with that. She's leaning forward, right? So basically, Mervyn is writing fan fiction of this OC, but like malicious fan fiction, like what I do with Akuma.
Yeah, I mean, this. I think we've gone over the whole slut-shaming aspect of this. I think we've gone over the whole, like, slut-shaming aspect of this.
Mm-hmm.
But Mervyn's also, like, really, really exaggerating it, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the thing about exposing her cleavage by leaning over is something I have a personal problem with, because when I was in high school, when I was like 14 years old, my teachers accused me of doing that.
Ugh.
And it's like, yeah, great job. You are sexualizing a 13-year-old. Good job. And when I was 10, I also had women teachers in group homes who were like jealous of me in that way.
That's really creepy.
Yeah, let me repeat. I was 10 years old. And the reason that I'd been kicked out of my previous group home was because another kid, an older kid at the school I was in there, molested me. And so they sent me back to the children's shelter, said I failed placement. I got grounded for a month because I failed placement because somebody touched me. And then in the new group home, the teachers acted like I was a sexual threat.
Yikes.
Oh, and my social worker at the time, I had a really stupid social worker and a really great social worker. So the really stupid social worker asked me if I was a virgin, and you've heard this story, Piffy, asked me if I was a virgin. And I said, what the hell does that mean? You know, except without the cursing, because I was good back then. You know, what does that mean? She's like, it means you've never been touched. And I was like, I did not understand what that meant.
Well, yeah, that's super...
I was like, again, I was 10 years old, and I gave the incorrect answer because she hadn't explained it in a way that I understood.
This is so dumb. Oh my gosh.
So I have a huge problem with this because of the experiences I had as a child. So. Also, I'm not sure at this point how old Victoria was. I think she said it had been, like 15, 20 years. Okay, but I think Victoria is like a grown woman at this point. I think maybe like 28-ish.
Yeah, but Mervyn was definitely accusing her of like the same kind of thing when the character was like 8.
No, I understand that. I'm sorry. I'm on a different subject. I'm thinking of the time. Let me actually do a Google. How long was Benjamin Barker in prison? 15 years. Okay, so whatever 8 plus 15 is. Early 20s. Okay.
23?
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, that's the age I was when I met Loki. Okay. Burton stared for a moment. I see, you're fired, he said to the third party, the protagonist of this story, who immediately burst into... That is so mean!
Yeah.
Don't let him make me leave, sweetheart, she bawled. Security was summoned. Okay, that's ableist. That's ableist, and I have a problem with it. What a mess, Burton grumbled. Whose idea was it to include her anyway? Let's start the scene over then, shall we? Mrs. Lovett rose from her seat and placed
That is just so mean-spirited, that entire thing. It
was. Come with me. We're going to Six Flags. That'll cheer you right up. Hey, how come she gets to say we're going to Six Flags, but the other lady isn't allowed to like say, oh, he's warm?
Oh, because she's a canon character. Gwen, what you doing? Young lady. You chewing that lamppost? She's like, damn right I'm chewing it. Don't look at me so accusingly, mother. I have my rights.
Yes, but consider this. Your parents are very large and you are very small.
Yep. All right, son. Okay. I think it may be time for little chinchillas to go to bed. What do you think, son? You agree? Okay. Gotta send the little lady to bed.
So earlier, when it was Lucius's bedtime, I went out and I was like, Lucius, he says, what? And I was like, it's diaper time. He said, no. I was like, Lucius, what? Diaper. What? Diaper time. No. No. He didn't throw a tantrum or anything like that. It was very cute.
That is cute.
Yeah, he argued with me in the most adorable possible way.
All right, Ken. I've got your goodies. Come get it. Come on. Come get it. It's in your house. Let's go to bed. Come on, time. Bed. Could you get her, Go. I try. Yeah. She listens to him better sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen good if we switch.
Oh.
What do you say?
She doesn't listen good if we switch.
Oh.
What is she? Hi, Twan. What you doing back there? Come on, bedtime.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweeney and I followed her up a dusty staircase. She didn't say you could come. She said come with me. She didn't she put a hand on his shoulder, but she said come with me. She didn't specify whom could come with her.
Cool. She's at your... Oh, never mind.
All right.
Also, like, why couldn't the shop assistant come with?
And into a relatively fair-sized room, completely empty save for a dressing mirror, a shattered floor-length mirror, a trunk against one wall, and a crib covered with a cloth tarp in one corner. Thank you for reciting the scene description for us. I agree, but not sarcastically. I am terrible at descriptions, and I like knowing what things look like. I actually feel we kind of needed it, as we have no idea where we are in the script because of the above section. You don't need to know where we are in the script. It's fan fiction. It's an AU.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, thanks for doing this thing that was actually necessary.
Wow, Piffy, thanks for logging on to StreamYard tonight. And it's the phrase reciting the screen description that bothers me because, like, this is a good description.
Yeah.
Or at least it's better than what I usually do, which is, Trent sits down in a chair that nobody fucking knew was there because it just materialized the instant he needed it.
Also, again, sparse descriptions are not allowed, and detailed descriptions are not allowed.
One could see a mantle of dust that blanketed the room in the gray light of encroaching twilight that had streamed in through the large windows. I like that.
Yeah, that's evocative.
That's beautiful. I have no idea what that just said. Well, then you need your reading comprehension checked. I don't think that's a Yosemite problem.
Yeah.
It was so flowery. I think that's mean. No, this is beautiful. I love this.
Yeah.
In fact, the text to speech is not working right now. Okay. It's not working right now. Oh, well. Sweeney looked about the room. Where am I again? She's addling my... Oh, that's mean. He's looking around a room he hasn't been in 15 years. That doesn't mean his brain's been addled. It means he hasn't been there in 15 years. He's trying to see what's changed.
Yeah.
He came to stand before the crib, lifting the tarp ever so slightly, and then immediately returned it. At this point, I think she actually is trying to recite the script. This is so droning. No, it's not. You just said this was purple. How is it droning? It can't be purple and droning at the same time.
I mean, Joseph Conrad managed to be purple and droning at the same time.
That's fair. But does that apply here also?
Oh, no. Yosemite is not making passionate yet extremely boring love to a thesaurus. So...
I'm imagining Joseph Conrad literally jacking off into a thesaurus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the intended mental image. That's my intended mental image when I say that he's making droning love to his thesaurus.
That's great. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually gonna switch this off. And we're gonna switch to One West.
Okay.
I
feel like we've hit all of the main notes of the thing.
We've primed.
Yeah.
We've primed a bit. Okay, so. And besides, if we keep like sporking it, it's gonna take forever to get through that also. So that's more of a something to do when one of us can't use our hands or see the screen thing.
Yeah.
WordPress. Okay, we're on chapter 16. Yeah. I think I'll do just that for now. Okay. Oh, right. There we go.
Left off here.
Left off here, yes. I do a search for your name. At first, hearing that he had bugged Nathaniel's home should have bothered. Hearing that Trent had bugged Nathaniel's home should have bothered her. It really should have, yeah.
It really should have.
And while it did in some small rational way, it was too much of a Trent move, so she didn't worry as much as she should have. Hold on.
I thought he was just wearing a pair of rose-colored glasses, so the red flags just look like flags. I don't remember what that's a reference to.
It sounds mighty familiar, but we don't have to figure it out right this second.
Okay.
But hearing him describe what he had seen made her eyes furrow.
So Tara was like, oh, what you doing?
Someone from the office, average height, average build, brown hair, brown eyes. That didn't strike a chord in her mind. Wait, George?
She remembered his name.
Plot convenience. And that's okay. Because we have a react for it.
I have the power.
Do you have the power to help me find it? Because I don't know what it is.
I feel like we must have passed it already, right?
That's what I thought. No, we didn't.
Oh. Even the offensive stare. Oh, there it is.
Where?
You just scroll past it, it's above the audible. Yeah, there.
Oh, even the offensive stereotype character is offended.
Yes.
You just offended even the offensive. Yeah, she initially tried to correct that before she sent it to me, and I said, no, send it as is. Because it's funnier. George, yeah, that sounded right. Honestly, Rebecca could have said Chet McGee, and Trent wouldn't have known the difference.
Jeremy? Jared? Joseph?
Joe Goldberg react. Hold on. He's obviously on the list, especially after the end of season 4, wherein basically Joe stopped lying to himself because he and his alter consolidated, and now he is happy with the fact that he is a killer with unlimited resources. Okay. Bex wants to know where I'm streaming from. Okay, I better tag her then. Where the fuck am I? Okay, here. There we go. And then, what's her, other Joe already showed up, so. Bye. What would Nathaniel be doing with George of all people? Nathaniel doesn't even know George exists. A soft chuckle escaped Rebecca, though, as she shook her head. Just what was going on between those two? I feel like that should be a question mark. I'm gonna pink light it. She knew it's a very, subtle pink light, but it's there. Hi, Eli.
Hi, Eli.
She knew George had a crush on Nathaniel, but Nathaniel had never condoned to give the poor man the time of day. That word is deigned. She's looking for deigned. I'm just gonna pink light it. Oh, they weren't technically in bed together. It was a massage table. I think he asked Joe. Let's see. Giving us both credit for that. To give him a massage, and then things escalated from there. The point is, now we have all kinds of dirt on him. Leverage was Trent's second favorite thing next to Rebecca. Hold on. Shaking her head to clear it. As she did not... Huh?
No, I just laughed.
As she did not want those thoughts in her mind at all. She expressed her happiness at hearing how easily Trent could have made Nathaniel go away.
Yeah, we in fact were, yeah, Trent was telling you earlier about how he'd like to kill Nathaniel. Are you sure those are the exact words you want to use? I mean, okay. Oh, well, okay.
the man decided to push this whole issue that, frankly, she had put behind her.
Oh, well, I'm glad she can put the little attempted murder behind her.
Trent had promised, and she believed him. End of story. Let's see, hold on. Anyway, she believed him. End of story. Wait, is it really? Can I go back to being the protagonist? Well, Akuma, no. You go to hell. You go to hell and you die. Still a healthier marriage than 50 Shades Freed. Hold on. Yeah. Bold of you to assume we'd claim her. There you go. Though she stretched out a bit as she lay beside him and rolled so that she was looking at him from an upside-down angle while still laying cuddled close to him and giggled.
Giggle.
I'm a mess. Want to take a shower with me, babe? She left it hanging as to what they could do in said shower. You mean shower? Hold on.
Just... Oh. Where did that come?
What's up?
Just found a sewing needle. I'm not sure where it came from.
Okay. Can we...
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay. And since Trent had taken one earlier, she thought he might not react as badly to it as before. Sure, they had a way to go with that particular fear, but she was willing to be patient. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's see, there's an Akuma react for this somewhere. No, that's Akuma eating a cookie. Oh, yeah, here we go. Jesus. She was willing to be patient. I'm sorry, that has Corey vibes.
Oh, yeah.
She loved him. Shower together. Well, it didn't sound terrible, he thought. Hold on. He could sit on the edge of the tub and spot clean, but with his body facing into the spray, unlike usual. Plus, he'd get to... Okay. Let's go.
Oh, my.
Her eyes went wide in excitement as she sat up suddenly and kissed Trent playfully before she slid off the bed and threw a look back at him, headed towards the bathroom. Was he really going to do this?
Really, really?
Trent at the last second, psych! And then steals the clothes and runs out the door. Never mind.
You all right?
It sounds worse than it is.
Okay.
She was so excited that she could squeal. Like, babe! True, he might not join her all the way, but what the hell? He was going to be in the shower with her, and that meant so much. Turning on the water, she fixed the shower head so its setting wasn't blasting. She waited till it got to the right temperature as she went and leaned against the bathroom door, grinning at the man she loved as she gently slipped her hand into his and let him inside. That could be like a few different sentences there. That is a long sentence.
Yeah.
I'll deal with that in post. It's fine. Slowly, patiently, she led him to the shower and opened the door and stepped in. She went at his pace, encouraging him with her smile. Once inside, she had positioned them so the water rained more over her than him, and looking up at him, wrapped her arms around his waist and caressed his cheek tenderly. This was a big step for Trent, and she was so proud. You can see the screen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trent was giddy as he allowed himself to be led into the bathroom. He hugged her back once they got into the shower and then promptly sat down on the rim of the tub and stroked the backs of his fingers over her soft, curvy thighs, smiling eagerly up at her. This wasn't scary at all. Oh no, I'm going to regret allowing this shared on Twitch.
Oh.
I just realized. Okay, hold up. Wow, good for you. I don't care. Sorry. Someone I'm mad at currently just messaged me. Rebecca's smile was brighter than ever as she watched Trent. His touch sent a spark of electricity jolting within her. And his smile, she bit her lip as she felt her heat flood her once more. Damn, that man, everything with him was so good. He got into the shower with you. I feel like she's getting excited a little too soon here.
I feel like there's a joke to be made here.
Really?
About water being wet.
I don't know. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's fine. You all right?
Inhaler. 1 sec. It's been 4 hours, so. Ugh. Yay. Claiming his lips in a soft, tender kiss, she pulled back after a few moments and took a few small steps backwards till she felt the water rain completely over her. She basked in its warmth for a moment, sighing in complete bliss. Looks like she's getting high while she's taking a shower.
Multitasking,
yeah. Knowing Trent was watching her made her so giddy, feel so sexy. Trent grew excited watching her, and he wanted to excite her too. I think she's already excited there, buddy boy. Grab the washcloth bar, he warned her, before hoisting one of her legs up onto his shoulder and planting hungry kisses on her inner thigh, trailing in as far as possible and then devouring possible. That is a reference to I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, which I still remember, stupid teen years later. Wash as far as possible and then wash possible. It's what Maya Angelou's grandmother used to say to her when she was like washing up. He groaned in delight at the taste of her, the scent of her. He didn't much like that he tasted himself too, but he could accept it. He slipped his fingers inside her, working out his essence gently and rinsing his fingers under the warm spray, then devouring her with ever more enthusiasm. Yes, this was the taste he craved, his perfect dessert. Doing as Trent asked, Rebecca grabbed the bar and held on for dear life. You're not on a roller coaster ride, but okay. I'm going to put that in because it's like, I can't knock it much because of what kind of scene it is. Hold on. I'll say that. A soft, long moan echoed out of her as Trent pleasured her and tortured her both all over again. Okay, so Desmona had a comment. You're reading along, right?
Yes.
Okay, her already sensitive body took off as fire filled her again.
Fire, hellfire, is burning in my skin.
As she leaned.
Maybe she should get a cream for that.
But they're in the shower. Wouldn't it just wash off? I think
Right.
she does have cream for it. Hey!
Oh, ee!
As she leaned back even more into the water, as she used the nearest wall for leverage as well. Fuck. Extra dash. This felt so damn good. When Trent added his fingers, her toes curled and she squealed in delight. Like, babe!
Oh no!
Oh shit, it's Troy, not Trinket, so I can't have him make a joke about pork stew. Nothing brought her more pleasure, more ecstasy than this man. I won't make the joke, but you know what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Trent! His name left her lips on the end of a loud moan as she gasped for air, her insides quivering around him as she began to shake with the strength it took to hold herself up and the old-tiled amounts of bliss he was making her feel. She was going to explode. Ooh, ooh, ooh!
Ooh.
Creeper react!
Yes.
At least it's not literally explode.
That would be a very interesting but different fanfiction.
Correct. Trent moaned deeply at her sounds, especially the sound of his name pouring forth from her throat. That's it, say my name, he growled, taking the intensity up a notch. Something in the way that sounded, coming from that beautiful man, made Rebecca's body quiver as she grunted from the force it took to remain upright as her body raged out of her control. Like fire! I'm sorry. Trent, oh baby, you feel so good. She managed to cry out as she closed her eyes as the water rained over her, adding to her heat. Trent, yes, Trent, oh my God. She felt it, the first tremblings Trembling's possessive. I'm not sure Trembling's needs to be possessive.
It does not. You alright?
What, me?
Yeah.
It's gonna keep happening. I have the flu.
Okay.
Of her release, and she chased that rabbit hole. She chased that rabbit down. It's, as in it is. English grammar is confusing. I won't actually fault anyone for that because, like, yeah, that's hi Bex. Until she came with a soul-shattering scream of Trent's name. Okay, so this could be high.
Soul-shattering.
Yes, soul-shattering.
Okay, but that's not like bad. Just I've never heard that one before, actually.
Trent grabbed her hips and held her firmly so she wouldn't lose her balance as he continued to revel in her flavor. He loved the way she screamed his name, loved that he, not anyone else, was giving her such pleasure. He let her catch her breath for a moment, then, looking up at her with an insatiable hunger in his eyes, pulled her into his lap, adjusted them so that she was straddling him, facing him. His eyes flicked. I can read. His eyes flicked down to his rock-hard manhood and then up into her eyes, asking silently. Never heard of a soul-shattering scream, LOL, says Bex. Apparently not.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
It's a new one to me.
And then up into her eyes, asking silently. He didn't even have to ask.
I feel like he did.
Soft disagree.
Orion didn't even need to say anything.
For as soon as he pulled her down into his lap, she saw the look he gave her. Rebecca's smile turned positively wicked. She braced herself on his shoulders as she stood just enough to line them up together and lowered herself oh so slowly upon him, her eyes never leaving his as her body quivered and accepted him. Her breath came out in a soft, strangled gasp as she arched her hips at the last minute and slammed herself fully upon him, growling from deep within.
That sounds like it hurts.
It can, depending on various factors.
Oh, okay. Signet has a good point.
Yes. Growling from deep within her throat as she wrapped her arms around his neck and pushed herself closer to him. This was new for her, for she had never had anyone drive her so high as to utterly lose her mind and almost become feral. Yeah, I'm giving that a most escalating superlative ever. There's no, like, canon reason for this to be true or not true, but she's had a lot of lovers, so I'm pretty sure she was feral at least with Greg and Nathaniel. Probably not so much with Josh. But with Trent, everything was bliss and pain. Oh,
okay, it does hurt. She just doesn't mind. Alrighty.
Strength and weakness, life and death. He was her everything. It's during sex, so I'll forgive it. But
I mean, if you're going to have some hyperbole, like, this is a good time to have it.
That's a good point. One sec. It's that like time between when the last meds wore out and the next meds kick in.
Oof.
So that's what you were hearing earlier. She settled against him and lightly nuzzled his cheek with her own before trailing small kisses down his neck as she slowly started to move. Kisses turned to nips, nips to bites as she kissed every inch of him she could reach. Soft moans turned to soft growls. She only gets one butt soft for that. Because, until his name...
I feel like... I'm sorry, but when this kind of thing happens, all I can think of is nom 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 nom. But like that's not like detracting from. But like I don't mean that as like a detraction. It's just like that's just what I think of because I'm a silly person.
Yeah. Until his name echoed out of her mouth again over and over. Rebecca, in the back of her ecstasy-induced mind, that again could be a hyphenate, secretly thanked the gods for her spin classes, for they gave her more strength and more stamina, it seemed, and she wanted to please Trent as much as he pleased her. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Exercise does increase your stamina. Drive him absolutely mad. Trent's eyes nearly bugged out of his head. Oh god, I'm imagining in Hercules, when Megara squeezes the you think your nanny goat would go berserk as she's squeezing the goat and his eyes are popping out? A little plushie.
I don't.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
But I am thinking of like those little like alien dolls from like Toy Story where like you squeeze them and all three of their eyes bug out.
Yeah. I can't find the specific plushie. It's okay. I'll like make a gif of it later.
Okay.
And he felt her impale herself on him. This was torture. This was bliss. Hey, is it torture and bliss? We haven't got that yet.
It's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
No, she's saying it because they referred to it this way. This is the third time.
Oh, okay. I see.
This was heaven. She was the angel and the goddess all in one. Goddess. From Lucifer. Lucifer's mom. His baby girl, his princess, his Rebecca. He kissed her hungrily and held her close to his body, the feel of her skin against his intoxicating. He moaned her name, purred for her over and over. He'd never let her go, never, never. He poured himself into her, every thought and feeling, and all of his manic romantic energy. Energy!
Energy!
Yeah, I can't do the energy voice right now. Holding nothing.
Energy!
You shouldn't do it either, it hurts your throat.
Okay.
This is what Rebecca had craved all these months. Trent had finally let go and held nothing back, and she loved it.
Huzzah!
Even the part where he likes Dick?
Well, he's not doing that part right now.
He's not doing that part right now?
Yeah. Although I'm sure if she,
I'm sorry. You're sure she what?
well, I'm sure Trent wouldn't mind if she used a prosthetic, say?
I actually have never thought about that. Yeah, I don't think Trent would mind being pegged by her.
Yeah. I think Trent would be pretty into it.
Yeah? Now, I have a few characters, a few muses who are explicitly into that, and a few who are explicitly not into that. But Trent, I hadn't figured either way, so. New headcanon.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I'm going to check specs about this. There we go. She's on data, so she had to, she couldn't leave, she couldn't stay.
Oh, okay.
Because, she just moved into a new place.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So she's on phone data till her internet gets hooked up. He craved him in a way that didn't make sense. It was crazy, wonderful, and insane. This feeling, what they felt for each other. He was drowning. She was saved. Oh, God.
I don't think I understand this.
That's a baptism, I think.
Oh.
Hold on. She was drowned. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna note that. All because he loved her as much as she loved him. That's a genuine question, by the way.
Oh.
Because he once said in the middle of sex that he loved her so much he'd kill for her.
I mean...
Hold on. I'm just going to have... Her gasp.
Supervise demon literacy hour.
Huh?
Have to supervise demon literacy hour.
Yeah. Her gasps echoed out of her, moan after moan, as she curled over him, her nails gripping into his back as she kissed him fiercely, loving it. I feel like this should be her nails gripped. So I'm going to pink light it. He was
yeah.
hers. Huh?
Yeah.
He was hers. She was his. Nothing else mattered. Remember that for later, folks.
Remembering it for later.
Trent, let's see, blah. She cried out as she felt herself let go and tumble off that cliff with him all over again. That's hilarious in retrospect because of that time Damon told Trent to go jump off a cliff. And Trent almost did because he was Damon's squire. And so he was going to do everything his prince commanded him.
Whatever you say, boss.
Yeah, and Damon is like, wait, Trent, no! And tackle him. Trent's like, you told me to. And Damon says, I changed my mind. And yeah, that was pretty funny. That was. Mm-hmm. Then he says, okay, I believe you. Unknown levels of sarcasm. Like, he could have been serious, or he could have been trying to teach Damon a lesson about not abusing his authority. The world will never know. Let's see. She would never get enough of him, ever. Hearing her screams of ecstasy, feeling her tightening and releasing rapidly around him, the fire in her kisses, and the way she dug into his back all worked him into a frenzy of passion and pleasure, and he let go the same time she did. Corey intensifies!
Oh, yeah, that was one of Corey's things.
Yeah, it's convenient, though.
Yeah.
In a, from a writing, because I know that in real life simultaneous orgasms are pretty rare, but in writing fan fiction, it's, as long as it's not, well, they have to come together to break the spell, which is actually what Corey did. If it's just they happen to come at the same time, I actually prefer to write it that way just because it's easier, because I don't have to figure out, okay, so then how long is it going to take him? How long is it going to take? There have actually been times when writing with Bex, actually, where her character has come, and then my character, I completely forget that orgasms exist, and I keep going. And then her character's like, hey, can we wrap this up? And she's done that in character, and then my character gets pissed off. It's like, you can say that out of character. I would prefer that you say that out of character. I've done that with Loki too a couple times. Like, hey, is this going to take much longer? and he's like, it is now. And I'm like, God damn it, I could be editing TOF right now. I don't say it like that, but
Yeah.
There's times when I'm like, is this the most productive use of my time right now? Of course, nothing is the most productive use of my time because I am a stay-at-home person and I have not opened my shop yet, the physical shop of my shop yet. So, oh God, Rebecca, come for me, baby girl! He cried out, tangling his fingers in her hair and pulling her head to the side so he could suck on her neck.
Oh, nom 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 nom.
Edward intensifies. In fact, I'm just going to use this is the load of a killer for that.
It's full of glitter.
He should see a doctor.
Her too. That stuff can be abrasive.
God, you're so perfect, he panted, nuzzling and kissing the spot he just bitten to lay claim to. So now they have mating marks!
Is it that kind of AU?
Yes. Actually,
Well, that kind of get you, unfortunately.
the first ABO that I ever read was actually the one. It was the one I was commenting on and sending you snippets of when you said, "Oh, you know about Omegaverse?" Like, yes, I already knew about Omegaverse because Lindsay Ellis did a video about Omegaverse. But this was the first ABO fic I'd actually ever read.
Oh man,
and they did the mating mark thing. It was great. I found that I do like that genre.
Husband has just put dinner in front of me and it smells amazing.
Oh, that's great. What are you having?
Spaghetti with, I think it's turkey sausage chunks.
Huh. Sounds delicious.
It is.
Yay. Hearing Trent scream for her, feeling his passion, his love in the way he held her as he pulled her hair and sucked at her skin as he came, triggered another unexpected release from her body. Everything went white as the world faded out for a moment.
Does it actually happen?
I haven't had an orgasm in so long I can't answer that accurately.
Okay.
I think the closest that's happened, and it might, the thing is everybody experiences that differently, so it might happen for her.
Oh, okay.
Closest I think has happened for me is like a kind of all over tingling, and then like it to the point where like my gums are tingling and then everything relaxes. I know a lot of people write like stars burst behind their eyes, etc. But I think that's one of those things where people just give a little of artistic license because it makes your story.
Okay.
I'm gonna like abbreviate that conversation.
Okay.
Trent, fuck, I love you. She shouted as she rode that high again. And when sensation slowly started to return, she leaned against him, her forehead against his, and her chest heaved as she tried to drag gasps of air into her lungs. Oh, mood! Her fingers tangled in his hair. He has really short hair, so... And she winced slightly as he nuzzled into the place he had just marked, but she didn't care. It all felt so damn good. You are wonderful, my love, she managed to gasp. Let's see. She managed to gasp out as she smiled up at him. I love you, Trent. He smiled forever. He smiled tenderly at her. Forever, he promised. I feel like cueing music. Can I cue music?
Cue music.
Yes. I don't know how the fuck to spell that, but okay. He had been preparing for forever in secret while she was at her spin classes or meeting up with Paula or otherwise occupied. In addition to watching all that security footage, can he stop time or something?
Oh gosh, is he Dio? Waterloo. Yeah, I think just Waterloo. Ree!
Ree?
Yeah, that's the noise vampires make in JoJo's.
He had a whirlwind of appointments coming up within the next week. It would be a challenge to keep her in the dark until it was time to reveal the big surprise. You've been so good to me. Were you going to say something?
Oh, no, just the preparing for forever and like revealing the big surprise. Is he gonna put her in the box? That's what it sounds like. Fair. Also, everybody would know it was him if Rebecca ever vanished. Like, his place is the first place they'd look.
Watch them fly off to Barbados and not tell anybody that they're on their honeymoon, and everybody fucking panics. Oh, dude, that's actually a really good idea. You've been so good to me, he murmured, reaching for the soap and running the bar sensually along her back. The last few months have been really intense for you. You should take a spa weekend and pamper yourself. My treat. Also, I really fucking need you out of the house for the weekend. He let out a soft, contented moan as he watched and massaged her back gently. Yeah, I know, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Her body was super sensitive, but it was relaxing in way this time.
In a way?
Presumably. I'm gonna pink light it.
Okay.
This is what happens when I don't make Microsoft read it to me before I publish. The water helped too to relax her sore muscles, and she smiled warmly at Trent, hearing what he said. He was so sweet.
He definitely has no ulterior motives whatsoever.
I'm gonna strike through this. Oh, right, we haven't gotten there yet. Because we're gonna get to that part when Nathaniel, Rebecca, Catherine, and Trent all meet up. Are you sure you can stand to be away from me for an entire weekend? He teased.
I'm sure he'll keep himself busy.
With Nathaniel.
Haha.
As she rocked her hips slightly against him. He was still buried so deep inside her, and he felt so freaking amazing because I forgot to have him pull out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll miss you terribly, he said solemnly, but we have the rest of our lives together, so I say go for it. I'm sorry. I'll miss you terribly, but we have the rest of our lives together. So I say go for it! You deserve a weekend to yourself. His body clenched pleasurably. But his idea did sound good. Things have been a little crazy for the both of them these last few months. Wouldn't hurt to let him pamper her if he so desired. That was so sweet of him, really. Can I take Paula? She blurted out before she could stop herself and blushed a deep crimson. Yeah, you take Paula and he'll take Nathaniel, and then when you get back, you can all swing together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Paula's married, and Nathaniel's not really her type. But I do kind of like the way they bounce off of each other during the spa scenes. Oh, sorry. Just she's been there for me a lot lately, and she did prove herself many times over. Going alone sounds kind of scary, she teased. One sec. Yeah. Hello? Okay, good, correct. Dropping her voice into a playful timbre as she ran her fingers lightly through Trent's hair. I think that's timbre spelled Timbre. I'm not sure. I'll look it up later.
Yeah.
Without my big, strong man to protect me, I would be lost. Rebecca is not that kind of person.
Okay.
In fact, there's a few indicators that she's a feminist in the show, but okay, hold on. Okay. She meant it, but the thought of going alone did give her pause. They hadn't been separated since they started going together, and she would miss him, even if it was only for a weekend. Yeah, that's relatable. Sure, a girls' weekend, he agreed. I'm sure she's been stressed out, too. I'll have them reserve another platinum spot. Remember the Thai hot herbal massage. Just promise you'll think of me while you're being oiled up, he teased with a wink. You really are the sweetest man ever to walk the earth. I'll let it go because it's right after sex, but no, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right? Not just for this. Rebecca all but purred at her beloved, claiming his lips again in a tender, light, but loving kiss. I love you so much, Trent. You mean everything to me. I think this is one of those chapters where I straight up said at the beginning, I didn't edit this. I love you so much, Trent. You mean everything to me. Finally coming down off her high, she felt the ache in her calves and legs and bit her lip. Yeah, I would have felt the soreness long before now, but okay. She didn't want to move, but her body was shouting at her too. Sorry, lover, I have to move, she giggled softly. As she used her shoulders again as a brace and off him, giving a low, deep-throated moan, he did so. Her legs shook with the effort, and for a moment she nearly slipped, but she righted herself quick enough with a playful giggle. See what you do to me, sir. I can't walk. Happy? Hold on.
Nervous laughter.
She laughed as she leaned back against the wall, nearest wall, and let the still hot water wash over her. We should definitely do this again, though. This was beyond amazing. She smiled back at him as she reached for his hand. Her entire body trembled, and he could feel it. I'm only sweet for... He could? I'm only sweet for you, baby girl, he purred back. God, he could never get enough of her kisses. You are my world, my love. Now let's actually get clean in this wet room of cleaning. He stood as well, being cautious with his footing. He rubbed soap into his hands and ran his large hands over her soft, feminine body. I can carry you, he smirked at her pronouncement. He quirked an eyebrow. He liked being called sir by her. She basked in her lover's attention. I don't know why that's a title. Let's see. Let's see. Damas cray. Loving the feeling of Trent's hands as they caressed and touched her as he washed her off. Never had a shower been more sensual and loving and fun than the one they'd shared together. Most escalating and superlative ever. Yeah, that one I'm not letting it slide. I know it's almost time. She would never get enough of him. I think we've established that. And I think this is a good time to call it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's going to go off when we're mid-sentence and I'll be like, ah! Okay. Okay, thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Huggles.
Huggles. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Hope you feel better soon.
Oh, me too. I hope this isn't one of those flus that lasts for like a month. Bye.